Hey guys, welcome back. And today I'm going to, well actually, this is the first of several videos I'm going to make today. I'm going to try to kill a couple birds with one stone. I've got an upcoming shoot here in about a week and a half with Liz, and I'm making a prop for the shoot. And I got the noisy part done, but now I got to finish the rest of it. I think it's going to be a little more tedious than what I expected. But I know it's going to be time consuming. So anyways, I'm going to work on this while I make these videos. So there's going to be several. I just don't know how many. Hang on one second. I got to get something right quick. Alright. As I mentioned before, I do not edit this shit. So you get what you get. Me, my screw ups, my whoever, or whatever. But anyways, basically I want to talk a little bit more on the philosophy of us. Now, everybody's got one. And one thing about philosophy is there is no right or wrong. Everybody just sees things how they see them based upon their own experiences. And so, when it comes to photography, I know I've mentioned this before, but everybody does what everybody does. When it comes to what they shoot, how they shoot it, how they edit, what they want to present, how they want to present their work to the world, or what they want to present, it's a very personal matter. For anybody that says, well, you've got to do it this way, you've got to do it that way, I personally say they're full of shit. No, you don't. You do what you do. I've got to make a hole big enough for this. And it's got to be centered. But anyways, again, there is no right, there is no wrong. There's just what's right and wrong for you. So if a photographer wishes to spend an entire day getting hair, makeup, wardrobe, set, perfect to them, to take one shot, fine. If they want to spray and pray, so to speak, take 1,000 photos for one shot, that's for them. I know that there are those out there to say, well, they're just hitting and hoping, they're just shooting everything, hoping they get a good shot. Well, that's what we all do every day. There's such thing as being technically, so to speak. It's like whenever you buy an album, cool beans, I got one down, 5 more to go. When you buy an album, you hear the music and the voice a certain way. When you go see that artist in concert, you don't get the same album version. You get them playing it live. You're going to get their mistakes. And that's why a lot of people prefer to go see a performance live, because they know that's real. When they buy the album, they know they've got a very produced, very polished version of that band or artist. Now, I'm not going to cheat on this now. Flat surface. And there's nothing wrong with either one. It's kind of like you hear a lot of people in recent years talking about auto-tune, and this person can't sing, this person can't sing without auto-tune. And I know Cher has made the claim to have been the first one to ever use auto-tune, and she's the only one to ever use it correctly. Until I see other evidence, I'll agree with it. She did it for, what was that damn song? Life After Love, Love After Love, whatever it is. But she did it for an effect. She did not do it to correct her voice like a lot of artists do. It seems like, well, I'll touch on social media later, but just to give you an example, you look at social media, you look at these quote-unquote influencers, and all you see is quote-unquote perfection. Is that correct? I want to make sure I got that lined up properly. But you don't see no flaws in them. They Photoshop. They, what's the Photoshop term for it? It's liquefy the fuck out of themselves to make themselves with a smaller waist, a bigger booty, bigger boobs, whatever. They alter the fuck out of their image, out of their bodies, in order to get to obtain a certain look. Now, anybody with any sense knows that ain't what people actually look like. Social media, the internet in general, is fake. But but they feel they got to look a certain way in order to get followers or whatever. When anybody, like I said, anybody that doesn't know that shit ain't fake, they're dumbass. So it's just like in music. We all know that when we listen to a song on the radio, or we do a download, or we buy the album, we all know that those people do not sound like that live. One of my favorite all-time bands is Led Zeppelin. I was about 13 or 14 years old whenever John Bonham died. But I never got to see them perform live in concert. My mom wouldn't allow it. One, my age, which is understandable. Two, my mom, being a very conservative Southern Baptist Christian woman, would never allow her children to go see a rock and roll concert to begin with. If it was Elvis, it'd been one thing. But Elvis died in '77 when I was 11. I still remember that day. But anyways, but I have seen videos of them in concert, and no, it doesn't sound like they do on any of their albums. So now the point that I'm trying to get is, we all know that when you look at somebody's work, you look at their body of work. When it comes to a photographer, as much as we hate to say we don't judge, yes, we do to an extent. But judgments like that are going to be personal. And again, this right here, this all goes back to my philosophy, is you do you the best you can, and fuck everybody else. If they're either going to like what you have to show or they don't, and either way it goes, that's just what it is. You can't please everybody. You never will be able to please everybody. I don't even attempt to come close to pleasing people. And that's because I personally do not do this for people. I do this for me. It just so happens that some people like it, some people don't, and I'm fine either way. And you will go nuts trying to please the masses. Hell, go look every politician out there. They don't try to please everybody. All they try to do is just please enough people to vote them in and keep them voted in, so they can get that hundred and what is it? I think a congressman makes like $175,000 a year, and that's supposed to be your representative. I mean, people you know make $175,000 a year. He ain't my rep. I don't care how you slice it. But this is going to be another tricky one. But anyways, but yeah, like I said, my basic philosophy is there is no right or wrong. You do what you do it to the best you can, experiment or find a niche. It doesn't matter. It's all good. You can change up the way that you do things on the daily, on the weekly, on the annual. It doesn't matter. As long as you are true to yourself at that point in time, then I'd say you're doing it right. Like I said, I will never agree with trying to please everybody else. That's when you can always tell when you're listening to, if you've ever got a band that you like, you can always tell who they're trying to please at any given point in their careers. Generally, their first albums are their best in many cases. Those are the songs that they played for many times over in front of many people at different times. They perfected. They're raw. They'll go into the studio. They're going to get that sound. Yeah, the studio's going to polish it up a little bit, but it's still pretty true to what it should have been. Okay, got that part done. But listen to their sophomore albums. Sophomore albums, in a lot of cases, are shit. And that's because once they got a taste of everything, and the studio, not the studios, but not the producers, but the record labels, they're like, okay, we need to get them to do this, 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 and this, and then they basically hand over control to somebody else to do them, and it doesn't work. It's like, I do my own editing, what little editing I do. If I was to sit there and just hand my raw images over to a retoucher and sit here, go to town on them, it's no longer my work. And that's the way I look at a lot of bands, or a lot of artists, their sophomore albums. It's not their work, it's somebody else's. And whenever that fails, either one, the label's going to understand, hey, we fucked up, we need to let them do them, or they're like, oh, y'all fucked up, we couldn't fucked up because we're multi-billionaires off over here and we don't make mistakes, you know. They got the corporate shit going on. But anyways, that there's pretty much it. But anyways, okay, I'm going to cut this one short since I got this one little section done, and I'm going to start working on the next. So, anyways, check out the links down below. It's just there to help support not the channel, but to help support the art. Anyways, I thought I did it before, but I actually got it up last night to where you can now get t-shirts again. I'm actually going to order a few more my own self. But anyways, let's see here. Yeah, I think that's about it. Be sure to check out the links. Subscribe if you like to. And let's see here. Oh, also read that little top thing. I'm actually going to start putting this on all of my videos from this point forward. I don't ever plan on being monetized, and it would be funny as fuck if I had 1 million viewers and not making no money. That would just be fucking hilarious. But anyways, I'm going to get on to the next project and get on to the next video. So, where'd my damn remote go? Alright, y'all take care, and I'll see you in a few days. Bye.